Earthworm Jim is a crazy fucking nonsense game designed by a team of people who are on crack. Or something. Did the game come before the TV show, or did the TV show come before the game? Either way, someone's on crack and they made Earthworm Jim. I think the game came first. Welcome to a really bad review of Earthworm Jim. So let's get started somewhere. It doesn't really matter where, because I don't possess the vocabulary to entirely explain what this game is. It's probably easier just to show you. You fucking shoot things, but then you don't shoot things, and you've got elasticated worm head to whip stuff, but you can also use it to attach to grapple hooks and swing across the screen. Then there's also this trippy space rides where one of the space rides is against the shadows from Heart of Darkness, and there's a story, but there's not a story, but what story? There isn't a story. Yeah, you confused it, because I'm not confused yet, you're confused yet. There's also Bogey and a crocodile with some brains that you can blast, but then you don't die, but then you might run out of lives, and they're groovy lives, but if you don't really run out of lives, you do run out of lives, and this continues, and the continues are literally counts of worms. It's really confusing, because you're actually a worm, it doesn't make any sense. Name underwater, name in space, but oh hey, well, it's a cow. Let's start again. There isn't a tutorial, there's very little instructions outside of the menus, and you just jump straight into the wacky world of Earthworm Jim. You can shoot and whip your way through enemies while you traverse through the elusively constructed worlds. The story? Well, what story? I don't care, you don't care, and I'm pretty sure the developers didn't care. The beauty of this game is the craziness, and to navigate the craziness you need a little bit of sanity, and the game provides that well with constructed gameplay and tight controls. Point, shoot, bam, it's that simple. Run, jump, move, bam? It's that simple. But despite being simplistic, there's definitely a sense of difficulty to Earthworm Jim. Enemies loom around every corner, and getting a grip of what's ahead of you requires an anxious level of preparation that's in equal parts fun as it is frustrating. That in itself requires a level of mastery even for simple controls, something that's quite rare in modern titles. Nowadays you often find yourself with too many convoluted mechanics, and there's often little polish and not a lot of mastery. It's refreshing to have basic controls that require a skill level and the learning behind that skill level, something that's implemented well into Earthworm Jim. Each level's got a variety of uniqueness with a fair range of different stages and ways to navigate through them, kind of from standard, I use the term standard lightly in this game, to hellish, to weird and wacky, and even stupid and annoying. There is some level of repetitiveness like the space races, but apart from that it's pretty much a gold mine for level design, and it's not often seen for its time. This is an interesting one. It's always difficult to kind of review this area in older games, especially because you have to have the correct perspective on it. But just there you go. Yep, that seems like kind of the right perspective for this game, based on a worm that uses its head to whip and launch cows into the stratosphere of giant fridges. This game isn't normal. While the graphics might not appear outstanding simply from a static perspective, the developers have done a great job creating a world and environment that blends together well with little compromise. The detail is there when everything's in full flow, and the animation is fucking awesome. Keep in mind that you see stuff like this on a regular basis. You can probably imagine the other strange animations and movements that we use in this game, but the developers have done an unreal job combining detail, motion and interactiveness. I don't think that's a word, but we're just gonna go with it. And they've also got the environments, which are, good. It makes for a well-blended Mega Drive title, put it that way. They've also pulled off like these faux 3D levels with the space races. I'm not sure if it counts as 3D. I wouldn't say it's 3D, but it's a solid effort and it's extra points for trying. It's not all sunshine and rainbows though. You do have some noticeable kind of colour separation where the gradients have used. This is again probably more a limitation of its time, but it doesn't look fantastic. But that's my only real major gripe with the graphics. It's such a wacky and unusual game with so much happening that attention to detail is probably at the forefront of the focus, and it really shows. Also crack. The developers, must have been on crack. I said crack a lot. Not like butt cracks, but like, crack. Like drugs crack. Can I say that on YouTube? Crack? Butt crack or regular drugs crack? Can I say them? Will this video get banned? Find out in the next episode of Crack. The story! There is no story, just characters, and mainly just good old Jimbo here. Which means I probably shouldn't actually give this a rating. 1 out of 10. The gameplay! Solid, fun, fluent, a little frustrating and unpredictable, which could be interpreted as cheap, but certainly above average. 7 out of 10.
The graphics!
Impressive, ambitious and fluid. Minor tweaks and perhaps a more expansive view and a progress meter would have tipped the score a little higher, but apart from that, you can't expect much more from a game that's the best part of 30 years old, really. 8 out of 10.
I need another category.
10 out of 10 crackheads, because why not? And overall it's a 7. Good job. Yeah, end of screen, ramblings, normal stuff. Like the video, subscribe, and share. Share the video, because my last one got 8 views, maybe 9, it might be 9. Could even be 10. To the time you see this, and that's double figures. But seriously, people don't watch my videos, so if you could just help me out, that'd be great. Yeah. Thanks.